Not all of us have the luxury of having a friend around to act as a second shooter for us when we're creating our videos. Especially not now, we're all supposed to be, practicing social distancing. But what if I told you that you can actually create a handheld look by yourself, just like this shot right here, where my camera is actually locked off on a tripod, as you can see in this shot right here. Well, that's what I'm gonna show you today. What's up, my friends? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, hi. Nice to meet you. I think we can all agree that handheld footage is a little bit more exciting than just having your camera locked on a tripod. A little bit of motion, makes things a little bit more exciting. And today I'm going to show you how you can create that illusion of a second shooter or handheld footage on top of your, boring tripod footage. I think a perfect thing to learn now in these times of social distancing. You can actually, get some nice handheld footage without asking your friend to come over and, film for you. Let's just jump into Premiere Pro and shake up some boring footage a little bit. All right, so we are in Premiere Pro yet again. I'm going to show you how to do this on the same clip that you saw in the beginning of this video. I've already added this clip to a new timeline. As you can see, I'm walking around here, holding the tripod, sitting down as I'm gently setting the tripod down on the ground, and I'm going to keep talking. As you can see, all the motion stops right here. It's just a boring tripod shot. So what we're going to do is we're going to have to cut the video sort of where it stops shaking, which is around here. One thing that I would like to say about this clip specifically is the illusion is sort of enhanced by having me actually carrying the camera in the beginning. That sort of gives the illusion of that the camera is all of a sudden just floating mid-air after I let go of it. That's the idea, at least. I'll let you decide if that's actually, coming across or not. Let me know in the comments down below. All right, so we'll split this clip in two with the razor. The razor's right here, or you can hit C on your keyboard. I'm sure you know that already. Now what we want to do is we want to open this clip up in After Effects. If you haven't worked in After Effects before, do not worry. This is really, really simple. I'm not going to do anything crazy in there. So what I like to do is, because I don't want to affect the original clip in my timeline, so I like to just duplicate it, which you can do by holding Alt, clicking, and then just dragging it to a new layer in your timeline. That's going to duplicate it into that layer. I'm going to right-click and hit Replace with After Effects Composition. What that is going to do is I'm going to take that specific clip and move that into After Effects and create a new composition right in there. I already had After Effects open, that's why it opened up so fast. When you do this for the first time, it's gonna load After Effects. It's gonna open up a new composition and everything, so it might take a little bit longer for you the first time. Or what you can do is just, you start up After Effects at the same time as you start up Premiere. All right, so what you want to do now is you want to create a null object. So just go up here to Layer, New, Null Object. You also want to click on the clip in the timeline right here. And right-click and hit Pre-Compose. Make sure that Move All Attributes into the new composition is checked, and hit OK. Then you want to go and make sure that this little box is checked on the null object. This makes the null object into a 3D object. Now, why a 3D layer? We want to create a camera shake or a camera motion. A fake camera motion, which is going to move the image around in all directions, slowly and randomly. But it's not going to be enough to just move it, up and down and side to side. Because if an actual person's shooting, they're also going to, move back and forth. That's why we need to make this a 3D layer first. With the null object selected, you want to hit P for position and Shift R for rotation. That's going to bring up all of these properties. Then right next to the position, you're going to see this little stopwatch. You want to hit Alt, click on that stopwatch. This is going to bring up this little expression box. And in here, we're going to type wiggle, parentheses, let's do 1.5, comma 45. Now, what this means is that every 1.5 seconds, the null object is going to move its position 45 pixels in a random location, in a random direction, sort of simulating the random hand movements of a person holding the camera. Then we're going to do the same thing to the Z rotation. You're going to alt-click the stopwatch. You're going to type wiggle, parentheses. Let's do 0.8, comma 1.5. This is going to be a lot lower because we don't want to go crazy with the rotation because it's going to feel like we're on a boat if we do. I mean, play around with it and try it out. You're going to, get some really crazy things, I think. It's a good way to learn. So click anywhere on the timeline, and let's have a look at this. Let's have a look at this. Nothing. Nothing moves. Why? That's because we did it only to the null object. Now what you want to do is you want to click on this little twirl right here. It's called the pick whip, but it looks like the Dreamcast logo if you're a gamer. You have to make sure that you're on the first frame of the timeline before you pick whip to the null object. At least if you're like me, cutting right in a shot that's going from real motion to fake motion. Otherwise, you might get a really weird jump in there. So making sure that you're right in the beginning of this when you pick whip is going to create a... See? It's still in the original frame in the beginning, and then it starts moving. And that looks pretty good. I like that. Now, as you can see, we have a few problems with the picture, moving around in the frame. So you're going to get these black edges. And what we're going to do about that is we're going to go up to the Effects and Presets tab. You're going to search for Motion Tile. You're going to drag that on top of your footage layer. And it's going to pop up right up here in the effect controls. You want to hit Mirror Edges. And then change the width to maybe 120 and the height to 120. This is going to tile your footage, sort of extending it beyond its own frame, as you can see up here in the corner. Might not look perfect, but at least it's not noticeable anymore. So when you play this back now, much better. Now let's jump back to Premiere Pro. Let's pre-render this so we can actually see what it looks like without lag. I like it. That's very nice. Now adding this to a clip where we have to cut in the middle of it is, I guess, the more advanced way of doing it. You can just do this to, a regular tripod clip where you're standing talking into the camera. I did this in a video that I did a few weeks back, the shooting cinematic footage with your iPhone video, where I had my camera locked off on a tripod and I was just standing there talking to it. Just a little bit of motion makes things a little bit more exciting. And I know that, you can't always have someone coming over helping you out with shooting YouTube videos, and especially not now when you're supposed to be, at home by yourself. That is it. I hope this little video taught you something. This is just one way to use the wiggle expression, an expression that I learned a long time ago. Probably one of the first things I learned in After Effects, thanks to videocopilot.net. And I still use it a lot for everything and anything, really. Try this out, get to know the wiggle expression, get to know After Effects a little bit if you don't already. Please leave a like if you enjoy this video, it really helps me out. And if you're new here, subscribe if you want to see more. And with that, I will see you in the next video. Take care. Bye bye.